I don't know where
Sunny TV Unfiltered. It's Bournemouth versus Arsenal. The magic of the FA Cup is back. Will we make it 14 FA Cups? Because let's get it right. We need to win a trophy. It's been a few years since we last won our trophy. Taddy, do not drink out that Chelsea Cup, please. Please, bro.
I only just noticed that. Actually, how did he get on here?
I really didn't. You know what happened here? I just went to my cabinet. I didn't even think about it. I just took it because it's my housemate. My former housemate is a Chelsea fan, and that's the reason why I didn't even think about it.
Mate, if that Chelsea Cup was in my house, I'll shit in the cup and put it back in the cupboard.
You'd chuck it out the window.
Again, Sonny, I told you that's another show, Sonny. Leave it out.
All right, no more drinking tea from me. Don't worry.
let me introduce my guests. I've got a very special guest with me today. He's my Turkish brother, Levin. How you doing, my bro?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Sonny. It's a pleasure.
You know what?
So I'm just looking forward to talking about football and all that. That'll be great.
Now you're on, brother. Your family, so you've come home. So whenever you want to come on, let me know.
Nice one. Thank you.
We got Sam Greenwood. Nice to have you back, Sam.
Thanks for having me, Sonny. Nice to be here as always. Nice to be here on your channel. Hello to everyone.
We got Wacky D online. Wax, what's happening, my bro?
What's going on, bro? You good, yeah?
You're doing fantastic things on your channel, mate. Your subscribers are flying up, bro. You're either threatening them or you're doing something right.
I'm just trying, bro. I'm just trying.
Shout out your channel, bro.
Yeah, you can find me. Just type in Wacky D online, all one word on YouTube, and you can find me.
Also, I've got a really, really special guest, a very, very, very good friend of mine. From back in the day, Taddy. You might know my friend Taddy from Arsenal Fan TV. He's always the one who is always positive.
That's Ty. That's Ty, by the way.
The Eddie Murphy of Arsenal Fan TV.
Oh my days, man. Thanks for having me, Sonny. I really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
Shout out your channel, bro.
Say that again?
Shout out your channel.
Yeah, you can get me on Tade Osho. Simple on every platform. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Tade Osho, really simple. Just put the OSHO behind the name on the screen.
Welcome to everyone in the podcast. Guna Claude TV is watching. Claude, if you want to come on, let me know, mate, and I'll get you on. In fact, I'll send you an invitation. If you want to come on, just join. Let me just send Claude an invitation. He's watching. 1 second.
Got a VIP coming in now, Sonny, yeah?
Oh.
Well, the thing is, Claude don't know where he's coming and going because he always shouts out it's time to go. Right. Claude, I've just sent you an invitation. If you're around, mate, you're welcome to come on. Just before we start, just want to say hello to everyone in the comments. Just got a super chat from Zane. Thanks for that, Zane. Mark said he has Rashford, Martial in his pocket, London is red, and Conservative.
Fair enough.
Good to know. Good to know.
Are we getting political now as well?
I just want to shout out another thing as well because we might not be on Monday. Might not be. Monday is the remembrance of Holocaust Day. So for all of our Jewish followers or anyone who has got a heart, it's a day to remember people lost their lives in the World War. So obviously we support every race, religion, sexual orientation, whatever, you know. So we're all one big family, as far as I'm concerned. Claude, how are you?
Here he is.
Evening, everyone.
What's up,
Hi, Claude?
Hey, Claude.
Hey, Claude, mate.
All right.
Is that a smile I see, Claude? What's going on?
Yeah, after the week I've had, I'm glad I am smiling. God,
The two baldies are in the left-hand corner.
Hey, mate, that 3. I'm just hiding. Undercover.
Just want to say one thing about Taddy as well before we go into it, right? Taddy, strike one. He was drinking out of a Chelsea cup. Right? That's strike one. I don't care if it was the best tea in India or Jamaican rum or whatever. Right?
It's just a mug, mate.
Right. The other thing I'm going to call you out on as well, right? You're late. You're late, right? You're like typical Nigerian. You're late.
African time, man. I'm sorry.
For anyone who's Sikistan, Conky, and Josh, I'm one of them, right? If we got the African owner, Dan Gotti, said by Arsenal, if everyone's kicking off at 3 o'clock, we'll be kicking off at 5 o'clock. It's not
That was really funny, mate.
The way they're running those turnstiles at the moment, it's probably a good thing.
Right. Let's go to preview. Lev?
Yes, mate.
From what you've been telling me on Twitter, bro, your football knowledge is very extensive. What's your take on Arsenal at the moment?
Do you know what, right? I'll have to say this. I don't know what I'm seeing from some of the fans on Twitter, but I can see a real change in the way we're playing right now, right? So before, when we had Emery, it was very difficult. It was the same thing over and over again. But you could see a real difference in the way Arteta's setting up. You can see that we're pressing a lot higher. We're not sitting back. We're taking the game to them. Obviously, with that comes a lot of fatigue, and we're slowing down at a certain point. We can't take it for 90 minutes, but I'm seeing a massive difference in the way we're playing. Density, and that's the main thing. It's something to build on. The same old issues at the back. I think we could maybe do with another midfielder who's a bit more mobile than Xhaka. Xhaka will be great in like European or Champions League type football, where he's got a bit more time. But I think in some games where it's a lot more physical and rapid when it's shutting down, maybe having a would be nice. But generally, yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. There's a definite change.
Most improved players for you under Arteta?
Do you know what? There's quite a few. I mean, for example, when I saw I quite like Kolasinac anyway. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I mean, especially when he came back and Arteta was there, I saw Kolasinac was in the last few injuries. David Luiz, you've seen of Luiz, definitely. Torreira. I think a lot of that, you've got to give it a little bit to Lundberg with regards to Torreira, because I think Lundberg actually gave him a bit of a boost, maybe a bit of an arm around his shoulder. I think you saw them in his last game, he thanked him. But yeah, Torreira, you can see now he's playing where he should be playing. I think he was playing too far up before, and it was almost like Xhaka was the more offensive, more defensive midfielder, and Torreira was asked to go box to box, and I don't think that suits him. I think he dictates the tempo from a DM role, and he's improved it immensely. I mean, generally, everyone in the team has improved. There's a few that have underwhelmed me. I'm still a bit uncertain with regards to Reece Nelson. Everyone keeps saying Reece Nelson has got loads of potential. I've not really seen that yet. I've seen, it's almost like watching Iwobi in a way, but Iwobi at least on the ball was a bit calmer. I think Reece Nelson is a bit hit and miss. Obviously, we prefer Martinelli in that area right now, and I think obviously Pepe's looking a bit better as well. Generally, everyone is improved.
Yeah, I think
they all know what they're doing.
I think it's definitely brought a lot of players on, but let's get right. They're still not good enough at the moment.
No.
Lev, I want you to answer this question, bruv. Sonny,
why are you giving me these questions? Go on.
But you can be Turkish and be from Cyprus. We're Turkish Cypriot.
No, really? Yeah. Look, listen, I can't say either way. My children are half Greek, so I've got Turkish children. So at the end of the day, I'm either side. I'm a builder of bridges. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So.
Bruv, you know what? If we ever went to a Greek restaurant, bruv, my Greek dancing is on point, bruv. Seriously.
Greek dancing?
My Greek dancing is on point. Back in the day when I was young, I used to dance in restaurants. I used to do Greek dancing in restaurants.
Sonny, you could do the dancing, mate. Like, I don't know if that's me. I'm not going to be smashing plates and all that. I'd rather sit down and talk to some of the Greek ladies.
Yeah, the only place I smash now is when Arsenal lose.
Oh my god! Well, you can't have much left in your cupboard then.
we have paper ones now.
No.
Chadwick Moffat has given us a super chat. Chadwick, thanks both. Thanks for your support as always. Why aren't you lads picking up towel and drinking? Why aren't you lads picking up towel and drinking the work week away? The management only drink with the management. The underlings like Claude and Caddy don't get invited. No, I'm only joking. Claude shouldn't fit in. Caddy.
Yup.
But the best thing what happened to me as an Arsenal fan, right, was Emery going. Yeah, you know my feelings on Emery.
Yep.
And also all the abuse that me and Claude got wrongly, right? Yep. And basically we're justified. So whoever gave us abuse, go piss off, all of you, right? Right?
Everyone gets it, isn't it?
Right. And it's very refreshing for me. Claude is trying to be positive, but it's killing him, right? It's like Claude is like going to do shit and he can't go, right? He's trying, but he can't, right? Yeah. Basically, for me, Arteta coming in is like a breath of fresh air for me, and it's really nice talking about Arsenal in a positive fashion. Give me your take on things, and then Claude's going to totally blow my argument out the window because he's going to totally disagree with me. Go on, Taddy.
I mean, for me, it's just like what Lev said earlier. To be honest, we've all improved. It's obvious that the team has improved. But at the same time, we're not there yet, owing to the fact that I don't think we have the required qualities. And I think it's something I've been saying and clamoring about even since Arsene Wenger days. And I got abused for that because people thought I supported Arsene Wenger. But it wasn't about me supporting Arsene Wenger. It was mainly about me pointing out that no matter the manager that comes in, and, you know, everything I said 2 years ago is actually coming to fruition now, you know, that the quality is not just good enough for us to, you know, contend for the Premier League. It's really obvious. Yes, Arteta has brought a different sort of mood into the team, to the whole club as a whole, you know, worldwide. You can see they're playing differently. But the truth about the matter is we've only won 2 games in total. One in the FA Cup against Leeds, which, let's be honest, we had the hand of God in that because the first half, they were all over us, Leeds. And we were, you know, he changed things around. Second half, we kind of came back into the game. I think the only game that we've kind of said, okay, we really played exceptionally well with a win was the Manchester United game. Okay, so that's 2 wins. So yes, we've improved in the way we play. We have an identity. We're playing more attractive football. Everyone seems to know what they're doing. That's the big difference. But then again, you need to win games. That's what we're here for. We're not here to watch attractive football and not win games. We want to win games. That's what Arteta is trying to do. But then he needs to get the backing of the club as well and of the board. And apparently, this is 24th of January. Very soon, the January window is going to close. You probably don't get quality as much in the January windows. So we're probably going to be looking at maybe the summer. But what we should be fighting for now, in my opinion, is probably going to be the Europa, if we can win it, and at least for us to even fight for the FA as well, just for us to get a bit of confidence boost, because winning something always improves the confidence of the players. Now, you were saying something about Unai Emery, and you vehemently wanted him out and all that. I remember very well I got a lot of stick because I supported him. Now, when I go, yeah, I don't know if you knew.
I should beat you with that stick.
I mean, look, my definition of support, is not like I'm blind to what the manager is doing or in his inefficiencies. No, that's not my own definition of support. And this is where people get me wrong. Because, of course, when I'm on AFTV and all that, I don't have enough time to express myself because you have, 5 minutes, 3 minutes or something. You just, people are emotional and all that, and people don't want to hear anything positive. People don't want to hear anything kind of constructive. People are emotional, and I get that. But the only reason I showed support was because, let's be honest, the players didn't really see Unai Emery as the right manager for them because they didn't believe in his philosophy. Going by what Luis said, I think against Manchester United, Luis kind of gave an indirect message post-match saying that bigging up Arteta, like literally going on and bigging up Arteta and saying, look, this guy knows football, we agree with what he's doing, we like his philosophy. He never said that about Emery. No one ever said that about Emery. So you can literally see between the lines. And if players are not going along with your project, no matter how good you are, they're never going to play for you. And I think that was the major problem with Unai Emery, okay? Let's be honest, he's a good coach. It didn't work well for him in Arsenal. He's won, 3 European leagues, European Cups, with Sevilla, and I think another club, I can't remember, it's in Valencia now, I can't remember now. But It didn't work out for him in Arsenal. We're done and dusted with Emery. Now, we have Arteta. He's playing the kind of football we want, but we're not still getting the results. And he's now down to the quality. And now we are seeing the main problem in Arsenal, the quality of players. We need world-class players in our squad. 3, 4, 5 world-class players, and we still need to get rid of a lot of players. Forget about the fact that Bellerin scored a goal in Chelsea. I don't rate him like the right back that's going to be the best right back in the world. I'm sorry, he's a good, showing that Arsenal spirit and all that, but I still don't see someone like Bellerin as the best right back that's gonna, get. For me, I'm still gonna take Aspilicueta in Chelsea ahead of him, even at his old age. So we still need quality players in the squad, and we just need that investment. It's really that simple.
This is one for Claude. Claude, Beatbox Dre Beats is saying you're all delusional. You've drawn 5 games under Arteta and 1-1. What's the improvement? Claude and Sonny, you used to be the realists, and here you are being sucked into the hype. I know Claude isn't sucked into the hype, so give your response, Claude.
My response is no, I'm not. I'm not one way or the other at the moment. He's been in there 6 games. He's been in there 6 games, and to be honest with you, I think we've improved. The way we've improved is we've shown more fight. I think we've shown a lot more fight. Yeah. But I agree with Tad there. I think we're still lacking that quality, which is not coming. I mean, Ozil is just doing little flicks and there, but he's not actually doing any damage creativity-wise. So that's what we're missing at the moment. Still defensively, we're still making silly errors. Which, although Mustafi did recover after that and really did play well after that, but I still think it's a thing we've got to look at till the end of the season. Wait till the end of the season, as I said before. Then when he assesses everything, then we'll see what he does in the summer. But I also got to say this: I'm not happy. I'm not too sure about this Raul Ranieri. He seems to be picking agents. He's picking agents that are his mates, and we're getting all these players that seem to be like cast-offs from other clubs. I don't know if you noticed that. Thomas Lemar was rated at 90 million a few years ago. Is surpassed the requirements at Atletico Madrid, and we're looking at loan deals to get him in with an option to buy. That means we're not even sure about it. So this makes me wonder whether it's not just the coach now, it's the people like Ranieri, Salieri, Raul, whatever his name is, and this is where I have a problem with.
You mean recruitment?
Isn't getting the right sort of backing from these people. That's what I'm. That's for my Arteta fan or whatever. I just want him to. I just want to assess it right till the end of the season and see how it goes.
You know what? I think the points you made are really valid, Claude. Right? For me, I'm not sold on the ball at all. I think Raul is just a fat, small, greasy hair, in my opinion. With sweaty armpits. Talk to talk. Our recruitment policy has been crap, as far as I'm concerned. Right? Edu looks good. He looks nice in the suit. And Vinay is just an Asian Gazidis. Not sold on recruitment policy at all. I don't know what everyone is. Go on, Claude. What was that?
No, I just feel that we're going after players that are not to me that other clubs just want to get rid of. And we all this option to buy, loan with an option to buy. It's like we don't really want to spend any money. It doesn't seem that we want to. I think we've got to do a bit more investment in the right areas. And I love what we've got with Martinelli. I think he's going to be a big player in the future. But I think some of us are going a bit over the top with him. I mean, he needs time. He's 18 years old, and he's going to have a dip as well. He's not going to be great all the time. He's 18 years old. He's going to have a dip, and that's why we've got to look after him properly, not put too much pressure on.
Let me come back to you, Claude, a minute, right? You said Thomas Lemar. We're going to come on to him in a minute as well after we've done the review, yeah? You said we're not sure of him because it's a loan option with an option to buy, yeah, and you're against that, right? Let me give you an analogy because we need to always do an analogy on this channel, right? If you had a chance to live with your missus for a couple of years before you married her, guaranteed you wouldn't divorce her. You wouldn't even marry her, would you? So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, but what you're not understanding, Sonny, it's not what you're not understanding. It means that they've got doubts. It means they've got doubts. They're not sure of the player. We're not doing our job properly. Look at Liverpool. They assess the player. They look what he's all about, and they know exactly what they're buying. We look as if we don't even know. We're just getting players that we're not even sure about. We've got to start behaving like a big club. This is not behaving like a big club. Loan signings and loans this, loans that. Get this money out. Get the money out now. I've got to say one thing. In January is very difficult, but in the summer, right, we've got to start putting investment into this squad because we need about 4 or 5. As Tad made a good point. We need about 4 or 5 players, and there's about 3 or 4 players that need 4 or 5 players that need to go out as well.
You know what? Nisesh has made a good point as well, right? Nisesh is a good friend of mine. Call Edu, Raul, and Vinay what you want. We will, Nisesh. Right? Without company spending, where will they buy? Where will they buy the players from? Which is also a valid point. Wax.
Hold on, you say that, right? But Cronk is given in the past, like to Gazidis, is given. But it's not Kronk's fault that Gazidis has gone and thrown it on 35 million on Xhaka instead of buying Kanto. It's not Gazidis' fault that he bought Mustafi, players like Mustafi instead of like Van Dijk. It's not his fault, is it? It's the money. Yeah.
Cool. We'll come to it at the end of the preview because I'm totally disagree with you on that one. We're gonna have a nice little debate amongst all of us about that. Because whenever I hear the word Conky, my blood boils. Right. Wax. Let's keep it to this section of it to the Bournemouth game, yeah. And does the FA Cup mean anything to Arsenal and the fans? And also as well, what sort of team do you expect Arteta to put out?
What was the first question? Was there a first question there?
Oh, man, I can't remember myself. I've got to rewind it now. It's off the cuff, bro. You got to follow the channel.
The team. I think in regards to the team, yeah, I think Arteta is going to put out a strong one because he wants to try and win something this season. He wants to try and. I think he just wants to, prove himself a lot. Do you know what I mean? And by winning a cup in his first season, is showing guys that he is the man ready to take Arsenal forward. Do you know what I mean? But I think he's going to go with a solid team, to be honest. Probably the best team that we've got, really. What do you guys think?
Well, let's go to Sam. Sam, what team would you put out? And if you've got any other points, then jump in as well.
I think Arteta. I think he's looking at this from a point of view where he's looking at where his priorities are. I think the FA Cup is a lower priority than the league and the Europa League, due to the chance of getting into the Champions League, through the back door in the Europa League. So I think the FA Cup is probably a bit further down his list of priorities. I think he's gonna rest a few players. I think that's what I think he'll do, so he can save some legs for the upcoming Premier League games, where we need to bring back some points. Pick up some points. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to see some changes on Monday. I don't think we're going to play. I don't think we'll play our strongest team.
It might be a game for Eddie and Ketia on when we play Monday. Is it Sunday we're playing on Monday?
Monday evening, Monday evening. I know. And just to further on with the FA Cup, I think we've seen through the years it's a bit more diluted now than it used to be. It's not as important as it used to be, is it, the FA Cup? If we really want to talk honestly about it, of course it's still a lovely, great, trophy to win, all the tradition and etc. But let's be honest, the Europa League for us would be more important to win, wouldn't it? And I think we'd all want to rather win the Europa League than the FA Cup.
But let's just everyone in the comments and everyone who's watching. There's 85 people watching at the moment. We've only got 20 likes, right? And we've got 1 dislike. So the person who's disliked it, you can piss off now if you want, right? But the other 60 people, please hit the like button, please, because that's the only way we're going to drive your channel forward and get you noticed. And if you're supporting the channel, obviously we want to turn up in other people's search engines. So please hit the like button. It doesn't cost nothing, please. Lev.
Yes, mate.
What team would you play? You know what, right? When I look at you, Lev, right? It looks like I'm seeing a younger, better looking version of me, right? It's like I'm seeing a double without the act.
Well, what's with all the flattery today, Sonny? Do you want to go out for a dinner or something?
No, you know, when you're first on the channel, I'm nice to you, and the longer you're on, I'm fucking awful.
I'll take it while I can, then, mate. Thanks for the compliments. But
what team would you play at, bro?
Well, do you know what, bro? Like, I will say this. Yeah, I would tend to agree with a couple of lads here that I think he's going to go out with a strong team. I mean, look what he did with Leeds side. He went out with. I mean, we were terrible in the first half. Don't get me wrong, but he still went out with a far stronger side than I expected him to. I think what he's trying to do partly is maybe build up the mentality of the players and start getting them used to going back into winning ways. And you know, the FA Cup's a good place to do that. You know, Sam's right. The FA Cup's not as important as it used to be. You don't really get anything for winning it other than a trophy. But I do think he's going to go out with a strong side. There's a few that are maybe on the fringes of coming back that might go with that, perhaps, but they're still going to be like established first teamers. Maybe someone like us who's training at the moment. Is he going to be ready? I'm not sure. But I do think he's going to go with a strong side. And I do think it's important to, now that, you know, we got a draw against Chelsea, it did feel a little bit like a win. In the grander scheme of things, we all would have taken a draw in that game. But I think it's important to keep the positivity up and try and get back into winning ways and get that mentality back into the club. It's been waning for way too long now, since Wenger stayed way past his sell-by date, right the way through the club. And you could feel it every time. You could be winning, and every time we conceded a goal, you just knew we were going to capitulate. So I think he's going in strong.
Yeah.
We've got a super chat from the football 454. Sonny, how old would you be the next time Arsenal win the league? Honest answer, I don't think Arsenal win the league in my lifetime. Again, is my honest answer. And I don't expect to be kicking the bucket anytime soon. I honestly can't see Arsenal win the league again in my lifetime. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I can't.
Would you ever have thought you would have said that? Would you ever have thought you would have said that a few years ago, Sonny, when it was happening? We all took it for granted, I think.
Yeah, I thought we were always going to drop. To be honest with you, the reason being is because even when Wenger came along and we did win those titles, which was only 3 in 22 years, they weren't great, right? We was always second best to United, right? And we was never shopping at the same table in the same shop. So I always knew our bubble was going to burst. And you know, it's been 16 years now. You know, too long. I'm not celebrating Invincibles no more. It's just done, dusted for me. It's over.
I think United hadn't won the league for about 20 odd years before Fergie came along. Look, how long has it been since Liverpool won the league? You know, top teams do go through spells. So I don't know, man. Fingers crossed.
Okay, Claude, what team would you put out for Monday's game?
I don't think we've got much choice because I think we've got a few injuries, haven't we? So, yeah. I think a couple of changes. I don't think there'll be that many because I think we've got a lot of injuries at the moment. So, Yang is still suspended, isn't he? So, probably be.
Yes, his last game.
Yeah, he'd probably play Eddie up front and keep the team going because they've got the momentum playing well as well. So he might just keep it. Well, only 1 or 2 changes. I also think Bournemouth always in the FA Cup. They'd always put a really weakened team out. So it's gonna. I think But mind you, now that they've started winning in the league a bit, they might start wanting them to keep their momentum up, and they might play a strong side. So I think virtually, they'll be both the sort of teams, barring a couple of players that played a few weeks ago in the league game.
Oi, you lot in the comments who are watching, I said to you 10 minutes ago, no one else has hit the like button. No one's hit the like button since. Please hit the like button, please. Right? All right, let's get over this game quickly and let's talk about more important things, yeah? Okay. Everyone in the comments, please give us your score predictions as well. Start with you, Sam.
It's going to be a tough game. Bournemouth away, they're a good setup, aren't they? I could possibly see a replay coming in. To be honest, I think 1-1.
Okay. Goal score for Arsenal.
I'll tell you what, I can see Martinelli again. I mean, I think he's going to be playing again, and he's on form. I think he's going to score again.
Wax.
I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1. Pepe to score, and Martinelli to score as well.
We've now got 45 likes and 4 dislikes. So for the other 3, I've just upset. Sorry about that. What did you say the score would be?
2-1. So Pepe to score and Martinelli to score, and Xhaka to get both assists.
Don't forget we've got no David Luiz as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have Mustafi and Holden at the back. Unless Arteta trusts Xhaka to play at the back, then we can maybe put Guendouzi and Torreira in the centre. And we're going to go with our best players. We've got no one to play with. You have to think, what players do we have? We have no one. We need rotational players. We need to get some players out. There's no one to play. We're going to be playing our best team, really.
Claude, how about you, mate? What's your score prediction? Are you going, by the way?
No. Wait 1 second. Just got to switch my plug on.
You going, Claude?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I'm going to go Eddie on the score sheet. Yeah, 2-1 Arsenal.
Chris Later says best fan channel. Chris, you know what, mate? I'm not saying it's my channel, but I actually do agree with you. But Claude is a close second.
No, I don't. Not me. Mine not. No. I'm top of the league at the moment with my channel.
Lev, what's your score position?
Yes, mate. Do you know what? I think I'm tending to lean towards what Wax was saying. I think 2-1, maybe 3-1. I always worry about conceding a goal, especially with Mustafi. He could, not a 10 out. He could have an 8 out of 10 game. He's going to make a 1 out of 10 error. You know it's going to happen. And when he makes the goal, 2-1, 3-1, I can see in the goal. And maybe Martinelli. I mean, I'll tell you what, Martinelli played that, he meant to be a striker. Yeah. So, it'd be nice to see him maybe running in behind and giving us something different. Lacazette does give us a bit more hold-up play. Not scoring, but he's overall opinion pretty decent. He's the only one that seems to be able to hold. Martinelli running in behind would be so. Oh yeah, 3.
You know what though, right? You shouldn't be following what Wax is saying, right? Because 3 things could happen. You could either end up in prison, be loaded, or be in trouble with your missus.
That's typical when it's sunny. I don't think I'm out enough.
There was only one of those things that he was right about, and that's obviously making money, brother. So,
Wax is my boy.
Do you know what? We're one of them, innit?
But you know what? It's being trouble you misses. Wax, we're doing like that, bro.
Definitely, man.
Taddy, what's your score prediction?
Yeah, mine is a bit weird from everyone's. I'm probably gonna be looking at a 1-0 And unpopular opinion, I'm thinking Socrates is going to play. I think it's going to be Socrates on holding for me at the back because Socrates is back into training. I think he's fit. There was a clip that came around today. I think they were doing some training and you know he was showing his muscles and everything. But yeah, that's besides the point. But I think it's gonna be Socrates on holding at the back. You're gonna have Martinez as a goalkeeper. You're probably gonna have Maitland-Niles back as well. Maybe Joe Willock is gonna play, and then up front.
Please, not Joe Willock, please.
But the players have to rest now, innit? The players have to rest because we're gonna have our next game.
Why do they have to rest, bro? You see Liverpool playing. They played in Champions League. They played in Premier League.
If you look at Lacazette, for instance, let's be honest. Lacazette these days looks very lethargic. He looks tired, in my opinion, and I don't know. He looks distracted as well. And I think it's because he's playing a bit too many games than he can handle. And because nowadays you find out that Arteta is making the players to work a bit harder compared to when they were under Unai Emery. They're running the socks off, they're sprinting and everything. So for me, I think they're probably going to mix it up a bit, bring maybe 2 or 3 youngsters in, and maybe Nketiah and Martinelli up front, bench Lacazette to bring him on. Maybe if things are going badly, you bring him on. But in that midfield, I'm not sure he's gonna maintain Torreira and Xhaka. I'm not sure about that. But then I could be wrong. But this is just my opinion. And the person that's gonna score for me, another weird opinion, is Socrates, like I said. So yeah, that's my prediction.
Alexander Gomez, I appreciate the super chat. Don't really understand it though. Bunch of folks with English accents talking football, love it. Buff, we're all born in England, Buff. Okay. Nathan says, Sonny, why have you got beef with AFTV? I'm sure Robbie gave you a platform. Now you're dissing them. One, I haven't got any beef with AFTV. This is the first thing. Robbie is a friend of mine. That's 2. And Buff, no one gave me a platform. I went on the fan channel to give my opinion. Nothing to do with platform. It's not the reason I started this channel. So not with you on that one, mate. But if you want to be a fanboy of AFTV, they've got some really good shows. Follow them. Right, let's get on to some better things. Let's get on to some more interesting things. Other than Bournemouth in the cup, where to be honest with you, if we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. We've been there before. That really matter, to be honest with you. I stole my season ticket at the start of the season anyway, so I won't get a ticket for the final. So I don't really give a shit if we get there or not. But it would be nice. I'll tell you a story. Actually, I'll tell you a story. A couple of seasons ago, I didn't have a season ticket, and I asked my son to. Well, I did have a season ticket. Actually, I did. I asked my son to get me to get us 2 tickets for Arsenal versus Man City when we was playing in the Carabao Cup final, right? And my son went online to one of his dodgy websites, and I ended up paying £600 for 2 tickets, right? It turned out he got 2 tickets for Arsenal versus Man City, the Emirates, which I've really got a season ticket for. I just done £600. The game came and went. I couldn't turn around and say I didn't want them because the game had already gone. Because the cup game was a few weeks after. So I done £600 for nothing. Right, let's talk transfers, right? Thomas Lemar. Supposedly we bid £92 million when Sanchez was going. I don't believe that bid personally myself. But it's probably in Thai money or something. Or Turkish lira. But I can't be Arsenal didn't have Thomas Lemar. What are we getting with Thomas Lemar? Wax.
Will you be getting it?
What sort of player are we getting? And do we need it? Do we need him?
I'm not really happy with Thomas Lemar. I prefer someone else. I wouldn't want Thomas Lemar. I mean, a lot of people have said that he's good. I checked out his highlights. I mean, the highlights show you what they want you to see. So I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't really watched this guy full 90 minutes, but he hasn't. I mean, by the stats, he hasn't had a great time in Spain. Hasn't really contributed any goals, and he's a left winger, inside forward. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm not too happy with Thomas Lemar, man. I would prefer someone like Ryan Fraser. Even though he plays on the right, I prefer someone like him. He knows the league, strong, and he'll get the job done, to be honest.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. Thomas Lamar, I don't think is the caliber of player we should be bringing in. Yeah, okay, he could be a squad player, but I don't think we need squad players at this point. I think we need real improvements. That's what I think we need. And looking at Lamar's stats, he hasn't scored a goal this season. He's in poor form.
Doesn't even.
I just don't see what he's going to bring to us. I really don't. I mean, okay, we can get him on a loan with an option to buy if we want, but he's just not going to be strengthening the team. I just don't see it.
I'd rather bring back. Sorry, son. I'd rather bring back Mkhitaryan, bro. Like if we're going to go and learn Thomas Lamar, I'd rather bring back Mkhitaryan for the rest of the season. If we don't like him, then get rid of him.
I'd rather bring back the plague than Mkhitaryan. Right? Everyone in the comments, just with a one-word answer, in or out for Lamar, please. Just let's do a little poll. Just say in for Lamar or out for Lamar. Just so I can see what you guys are thinking. We've got a quick super chat from Zane. Thanks for that, Zane. Thought, as Lacazette is a hard worker and holds the ball up well, do you think we should play him as a midfielder? Definitely not. Right. Let's go to Taddy. Your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Lemar, I agree with what the guys have said. He's not been doing very well in Spain, and let's be honest, Spain is not as physically demanding as England. That's one point. And if he's not pulling his weight in Spain, I don't know how he's going to pull his weight here in England, where the tough tackling people, you've got animals on the pitch and all that. I don't know how he's going to do that. If I'm going to be looking at any play, I'm probably going to be looking at, what's this guy's name that left PSG for Juventus? Rabiot. I'm probably going to be looking at Rabiot because the reason I'm going to be looking at him is he kind of fits into the philosophy that Arteta kind of likes to play, the tiki-taka, quick pass and move sort of football. And for me, he's going to be a great addition into the midfield. And let's be honest, Lemar, has got a left foot and all that. When he was in Monaco, what he played was as a central midfielder, even if at all he attacked sometimes. So if you have someone like Rabiot in the midfield to help the likes of Xhaka and Torreira, you can actually rotate players. So that's the kind of person I'm going to be looking at. For me, Lemar is not pulling his weight right now. For me, it's not.
You watch when Lamar signs how positive Taddy's going to be every week.
I mean, look. Let me be honest here. Let me be honest. Because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm always positive, delusional and all that." I don't even think some people know the definition of delusion. The truth is, all I try to do is try and put that emotions aside when I'm on AFTV, because honestly speaking, when my emotions come out, I don't think Robbie can contain me. I'm probably going to be very pissed off and he has to run away from me, you know what I mean? But what I just try to do is I don't put that emotions there first. I just try to calm down and just try and analyze. Trust me, I am as angry as you guys are, honestly speaking. I am as angry as everybody, as Claude as you. I am as equally angry as you guys. It's just that sometimes I just try to pipe down a bit. That's just
Teddy, you should be a magistrate, my bro. For someone who you should be a magistrate, bro. Shout out Ruthless Skill on the TV. If you haven't followed him, go and follow him. He's a really good guy. Does really good content as well. Ruthless Skill on the TV. Now I've shouted you out, bro. I've got intentions of coming to Australia in the summer, right, for 3 weeks. Right, I might not necessarily be staying at your house, but I'm coming to Australia for 3 weeks. If you don't look after me and Flo doesn't look after me, I don't want you ever coming on the channel again. Thomas Lamar, Lev.
Do you know what, right? I mean, I know what everyone's saying, and I totally understand. I lean to what exactly you guys are saying. Rabiot, there's been a lot of talk about Rabiot for seasons, though. There's a few players we're always linked with every season. Rabiot has always been sort of there or thereabouts. I love him as a player. But, Lamar, it depends. If we're going to get him because maybe Ceballos is going back to there's sort of him not wanting to be around. Some people say that Mark has the potential to play that sort of cam, sort of attacking midfield role. Maybe he could throw him in there, but generally, no, I think is what we need. He's got to be looking at the back. I mean, there's Zimanenko from Shakhtar. They're looking at him perhaps. We need someone like a Bruno Guimaraes, someone like that can shore us up. But we do need a bit of creativity. But Lamar, he is a winger, and we do have this history of playing wingers, sort of central guys wide, and I just don't like it. Play players where they're supposed to play. I don't think Lamar's the answer. But 2-3 seasons ago, everyone was raving about him. So it could be maybe with Spanish football, they sit a lot deeper than we do. Don't really give you much space to run in behind. It's a lot more difficult for pacey players to get in behind. So it's one of them, but it wouldn't be my first choice, no.
Got a super chat from Alexander. Thanks for that, bruv. Claude, how are you, mate? You're kind of quiet. Well,
you've got to be quiet on Sonny's show, won't you? Speak
there is 6 people in the podcast, and I also read everyone in the comments, so everyone needs to wait until. Claude, now it's your chance. It's time to go, Claude.
What's going on? What's
on
up?
the spot.
What's your thoughts on Tom?
What do you want me to say?
Your thoughts on Tom?
Oh, not a bad singer.
Definitely not shy.
I'm not sure whether we'll get a good tune out of this, Lamar. And that's what I'm not. It looks dodgy to me. I mean, it's another player struggling in another club, and here come Arsenal to pick him up and try and reinvent him, and it doesn't work. I don't know, mate. Not for me. It's not for me at the moment. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's give my thoughts on some of the market, right? Because I think you guys are missing the bigger picture, in my opinion, right? A couple of seasons ago, when we had Iwobi and Mkhitaryan, everyone in our Arsenal fan base, bar no one, said we need wingers. We're now buying wingers. We've got Pepe on the right. We're going to have Lamar on the left. Aubameyang is not going to be here in the summer. He's going. Mark my words, he's going. He's gone. Gone. He's gone. His eyes are on Barcelona. He's not going to be here, right? So Lamar, for me, you don't go from being a £90 million footballer or a £60 million footballer to be a sack of shit. There's something in there. Obviously, styles fit different players, and obviously Atletico Madrid, in my opinion, didn't fit Lamar. And regarding the defender from Ukraine, you're all missing the bigger picture on that one. Usmanov has got him in to what's the name, to take out Kroenke, right? So next time Kroenke's in the game, he might get a bit of that poison what the other guy's got on his door handle. Let's just say that's the case.
About the Aubameyang one, I'm not very sure about that, if you ask me, because I'm hearing rumors Barcelona, I'm hearing Real Madrid. Which one? Really? I mean, I don't even believe this.
Didn't he promise his grandparents or something he was going to go to Real Madrid or something when he was a kid or something like that?
Yeah,
Real Madrid
that's a new one. I never had that.
It was literally.
I promised my left hand, then my right hand. I was give J-Lo.
So they've got their right at the moment.
I just think Real Madrid has been like a dream of his, since he was a kid. So, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong.
But how often do Real Madrid sign people that are 30 and above?
No, that's the thing. I don't think.
I think the link with Barcelona is because Suarez is out.
Yeah.
Out
for 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's where the link is.
Out for 4 months? I didn't hear that. What did you say, Claude?
No, I think the link with Barcelona is because Suarez is out for 4 months.
Yeah.
You know what though? What I don't get from you lot, right?
Yeah, but they're not getting him on loan.
Yeah, but what I don't get from you lot, and also everyone in the comments, right? Our squad depth is crap, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said earlier.
Saka is not ready, right? I'm sorry, but he's not, right? I don't care how well he's done, he's not ready, right? Willock would never be ready. Guendouzi is just hair, right? Nothing else, right? And we need squad depth, and we haven't got that. We might need it more in other areas, but if a player like Lamar comes up, you can get him on loan to try to geezer out. I'll go for it. Don't know nothing about the Russian defender. Wax, I know you know a lot about Russian football. Wax, how is he? Is he any good?
Russian football. This guy's from Ukraine, I believe. He's not even Russian.
Shows how much I know, doesn't it?
You know what? I've checked him out a little bit. Again, I've only seen his highlights. He seems like he's a ball-playing defender, so that's what we need. And he looks quite good. He looks quite solid defensively. So I mean, again, that's a loan deal. Apparently, it's 4.5 million with the an obligation to buy for 22 million. Apparently, but I mean, by the looks of it, he does look like a good player. He's definitely better than Mustafi. Definitely better than what we currently have. So, like Arteta said, as long as it's an upgrade from the players that we have, then he's going to go and get them. And I believe this guy is. So, yeah.
I mean, the Arsenal fan base, right? They dig out players every week, dig them out, right? And as soon as we're going to get someone to take their spot, all of a sudden they're the best players in the world. I really don't.
I think the thing about we fanatics sometimes we go overboard, you know, and
You do.
No, I don't go overboard. I don't think I go overboard. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I go overboard. I don't give me an instance. Give me an instance of when I went overboard. So say that again.
I said a lot of fans over-exaggerate.
Yeah, they over-exaggerate things. You know, if I'm happy we won the game, no doubt about it. Yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna start saying, "Oh, he's the best player in the world. He's this, he's that." And I know we fans were supposed to hype our players to make them feel better, but then we over-evaluate our fans in Arsenal. That's the problem with Arsenal. And then the players watch these platforms. Okay, they watch these platforms, they see it, and some of them they don't have a sort of weird ideology of how good they are. Meanwhile, they're not that good. You know. And get inflated in their head. Let's be honest. Let's call it spade a spade. That's what happens. And for me, that's a major problem. But you can never take that away. It is football. You have the media. It's always gonna be there. So the players just need to evaluate themselves by themselves, see if they're actually at the level where the fans are actually saying they are, or what the coach is actually saying they're doing. That's what they should focus on, not the social media. And that's the major problem with most of the footballers today.
You know what? Let's put a bit of realism in the chat, right? Because let's see if Claude backs me up on this, right? Because me and Claude usually do agree on a lot of things, yeah? Right? King Creole is saying Saka is ready to become a great left wing back, right?
It's too early to say, man. He's a young kid, right? He's been pushed all over the place at the moment because of injuries and everything like that. It's too early to judge him properly. I'll give him a bit more time before I throw him completely out. But he's done a good job, really, when you think about it. He's not in his position. He was playing further forward, wasn't he, before? No, just give it a bit of time, Sonny. Don't. Jesus Christ, I thought I was the negative one in here.
Well, let me give you an example there, Claude. Let me give you an example. I needed my house painting, Claude, right? I got off Wicks one day, and there was a load of blokes who wanted work. So I said, "Oi, one of you lot, do you want to come paint my house?" He didn't know what I was talking about. He couldn't speak English. But I said, paint. You do paint? He goes, yeah. He jumped in my car. I brought him around my house. He done a pretty good job, right? But he didn't do a great job because he was cheap, right? So he's not the quality left back we need. And let's get it right? For half an hour in that game against Chelsea, he was getting rinsed against Huddersfield. He was getting absolutely rinsed, right? To be honest with you, Arsenal for the first half an hour against Chelsea, we were poor. With 11 men against Chelsea, they were running rings around us. Is it me for that, or did everyone else see that as well?
Yeah, but there's something we're missing, though. Yeah, the fact that I think Otieno will do that to a lot of players.
Yeah,
he will. He's that skilled.
Shaka, though. Shaka had him on smash for the rest of that game. Once Arteta clocked, things changed. Things changed. But another thing we need to understand is Saka is not even a left back, and he's doing this job diligently. And he's filling in for a space he's probably never played in his life. Yeah. So Arteta. I agree with that. Yeah. What Arteta said in the news conference was what he likes about him is the fact that he's not complaining, he's obedient, and he's just literally willing to learn a new position without complaining. I think I heard Arteta saying that, and for me, you have to give him kudos for that. Even if I thought he's not there yet, I totally agree he's not there yet. But I think he's done a good job considering he's a young lad at 18. He doesn't lose possession often in that position, and I think for his age, he's shown a bit more maturity than most players that. Maybe senior players that haven't played that position, they say you can't play that position, will be moaning and all that. No, this is not my position, I don't want to play it. I think you just need to give him kudos for that. I'm not saying it's there yet. I'm just saying you need to give him kudos for the way he's handled it.
You know what? what I try and do on this channel, right? I try and involve the comments, the viewers' comments as much as I can. Because you might as well be sitting on the podcast. I try and involve all of you, yeah. So I appreciate every one of you, right? Neil, I agree with your first point, and I don't agree with the second. I'll tell you why, right? Neil says players don't let fans' opinions get to their heads, which I agree with, right? Then this is what I don't agree with, right, Neil? Neil goes on to say, he says, why would they? Fans are not experts. They have no experience of the game. Neil, one thing I've got to say to that, bruv, you don't need to be a porn star to be good in bed either, bruv, right? You know, I've been watching Arsenal for 45 years. I know my football. Claude has been watching Arsenal for a couple of years more than me. He knows his football. You know, everyone on his panel and you lot in the comments, we all know our football. So just because you're not football, it doesn't mean we can't have an opinion. So let's have a little vote. Yes for Lamar, no for Lamar. Cool.
No. I mean, let me take that back. Sorry, I would take him if we can't get no one else, because at the end of the day, we do need rotational players. We need players. Like, we need squad players. People on the team that can come on, and obviously, because obviously we've only got. If you think about it, we haven't even got a left winger. Like, we've only got Saka. Who else is there to go on the left wing?
Martinelli.
Martinelli's a striker. Martinelli's a striker. Aubameyang's a striker. Who else have we got to go on the left wing?
No one.
Exactly, and we're putting all that pressure on. We're putting all that pressure on Saka. So, I mean, based on that, I would take Lamar. I would take him based on that.
You know what? This is another thing Claude said the other day, right? Which Claude said with Martinelli, more than Saka. He's 18. Let's take him out of limelight. Don't want to burn him out, right? Let's not put the pressure on him, right? I want to have the pressure as an 18-year-old play for Arsenal, right? With the adulation of the fans, right? Than being an 18-year-old trying to avoid being knifed in Hackney, right, or Edmonton or wherever, and looking for a job. I'll take Saka's pressure any day of the week. Boys, Danny Ceballos, are we going to miss him? Levin.
Do you know what? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's physically cut out for this league. He looked amazing against Burnley. That first game against Burnley, we thought like we had some superstar on our hands. He was turning all over the place. He was mugging people off. It was amazing. And I don't doubt he's got technical ability. You don't get signed up by sort of Real Madrid if you're not, a certain level. He's obviously got something about him, but he's not cut out for this league, in my opinion. I think he's too weak. We need someone a little bit more physical and mobile at the same time. So Ceballos, I don't think we miss him. I don't think he's right for us.
Sam?
I tend to agree with Levy there. I mean, Ceballos showed some promise, and I just think I don't think he's followed up on that. He seems to be a bit weak. He's inconsistent. He just doesn't really bring what we need to the table. I mean, yeah, he's a great talent. I mean, he was great for the Spanish under 21s and all that. But I just think we need to look at other players. Really, I think we can give him back to Real Madrid and bring in other players.
You know what? Pilot Vince has made a good point. This is why you put someone like Vince in an airplane flying around 500 people once a day, right? Because he talks sense. Arsenal should be going for Leroy Sané, but I know he's out injured at the moment. But basically, Sané is someone Arsenal should be going after, and we should be poaching someone in Man City players. Claude, what's your thoughts on Ceballos, Claude?
Ceballos, it's hard to say because he's been unlucky with that injury, isn't he? He's out for a while with injury, so he's not really had an opportunity to put more than one or two games together, has he? So it's hard to judge that one.
As well.
I mean, when he started the season, that first game, everyone was buzzing over him, weren't they? The Burnley game, was it, at home? And he really had a great game in that, and everyone was saying, what a great signing, yeah? Now he's been injured, hasn't he, as well? So I'd like to see him have a few games and see how possibly he's now fit, play him in the FA Cup and give him a couple of games. I don't know. I mean, we haven't got nothing to lose this in the league. To be honest with you, in the league it's a write-off for me. We're going to either be between 6 and 10. So the season is a write-off. So give him a few games in the league as well and see how he develops. But I don't think we should write him off completely.
Yeah.
You know what, Claude? You say the league the season is a write-off. It is, but you know what, bruv? You're still going home and away every game, and for that I take my house. Yeah, because I wouldn't waste my money on it. To be honest with you. Neil saying we can't miss someone who hasn't made a big impact like we wish he would. But I think he's a good player. Just not worked out for him, and the injuries have hindered him. Fair comment. Wax, what's your opinion on Ceballos?
Ceballos. I mean, the feeling's mutual, to be honest. I think obviously the injuries, caused him a problem. He hasn't really had enough time to really, show what he's capable of doing, to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. I think he needs to go somewhere else, and we need to bring someone of better quality, someone that's physically strong that can play that centre midfield role better than what we currently have. And Ceballos, I don't think is cut out to do that, to be honest. So,
Teddy?
Yeah, for me, I kind of agree with what the guys are saying. I mean, when Leeds was saying that he wouldn't miss him, I nodded several times because I felt that we are judging him based on his performance under Unai Emery, and we're also judging him based on the fact that we haven't seen much of him as well.
Excellent point, Teddy.
But when everyone is now talking, I started thinking deeply to myself, hang on a minute. A lot of guys have actually changed under Arteta. What would he be like playing under Arteta? We haven't seen that yet. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe we want to see him play under Arteta first before we make that conclusive decision. Maybe I don't know.
Do you know what, Teddy? Teddy, sometimes, right? Sometimes you make some really good points. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But can I just say something? I think it looks very much like Arteta has decided to build this current team as it is now for the rest of the season around Ozil.
Yeah,
Ozil's got the attacking midfield role behind the forwards, and I think he's building his midfield and the attack around him. So Ceballos, where's he going to slot into that? When you got Torreira and Xhaka behind him.
Yeah,
I guess for me, if you notice, not every game Ozil finishes because Arteta knows he can't finish. Ozil hardly works efficiently for whole 90 minutes. Look at his whole career in Real Madrid. The people that know him knew him. In Real Madrid, the average time was 75 to 79 minutes. Average time he spends on the pitch, even in Real Madrid. So he's someone that normally cannot finish. So if you take out someone like Ozil from the game, which other player? Is he Willock? Really? That little bit of creativity that you want to bring in? Yeah. I'm just saying,
Yeah, but Tad, what is Ozil doing this season? I've noticed. All I'm seeing is little flicks. He's not doing what his main game is to create chances. I don't see that with Ozil. Yeah. I don't see. All I'm seeing is little flicks going out, little 5-yard passes. He's not doing what he's. I
completely agree. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Agree with you.
So I agree as well. Sorry, Claude. I agree as well. But you know what I think it is with the other players that Ozil's playing around. I don't think they're that great of finding space and running off the ball. So it's difficult for Ozil to really pick out the passes he wants to pick out when he's got. He ain't got the players of that quality running off the ball and moving into space, finding the right space for him. You got to think at Real Madrid when prior to us being in this position, bro, we had Cazorla, he had Ramsey, he had Riziki, he had Sanchez. He had players that knew how to move off that ball. That's why he could play a bit better than he's currently playing. But right now we've got Reece Nelson, we've got guys that ain't got
Aubameyang, haven't we?
But Wax, just one thing here that I agree with to an extent with what you said regarding the fact that the players probably not making the runs for him and all that. I agree with that. But what about when you have to take the game by the scruff of the neck?
Yeah, he's not one of those guys.
You know what I mean? Now, I'll give you an example. The last game that we played, was it against Sheffield? Yeah, against Sheffield, for instance. There were 2 times that he shouldn't have passed the ball. 2 times he should have just taken the shot. If you have players like Coutinho, that are playing that same position with him, number 10, they'll probably just take that shot. You know what I mean? You have to rely on passing the ball all the time. Sometimes you need to take that leadership.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to think he's lacking a bag of confidence due to the players that he's playing around. That's the truth. No, that's true, bro. Go and check out. Go and check out when he was playing for Real Madrid, bro. This guy was taking shots.
But you had superstars. You had superstars around him.
Can I just say,
That's where the confidence comes from, bro.
Can I just say, right? If you're gonna build a team around Ozil, right? It's like building a house, right? Halfway down the hill, right? Eventually, it's gonna bloody collapse, right? Because Ozil is not the player he used to be, right? And I really want him to be, but he ain't, right? He ain't. Danny Ceballos, for me, I think that midfield performance that he done against Burnley was the best midfield performance I've seen from an Arsenal player in probably 15 years, right? That was Santi Cazorla at his best, right? And if you tell me Danny Ceballos is not better than Guendouzi, he's not better than Xhaka, he's not better than Willock, I'm sorry, there's something going on. There's one reason why Danny Ceballos is leaving Arsenal, right? Apart from the fact that Emery's killed him, right? It's money. It's money. It's money. Arsenal don't want to buy him. That's the only reason. That's the only reason Arteta's not playing him. In my opinion. That's just my opinion.
But Sonny, where would you play him? Would you play him instead of Ozil then?
What?
Would you play him instead of Ozil then? Because that's the only place he's going to go into the team, isn't it?
I'll play him both.
I would play him as a deep lying playmaker. I would play him alongside Torreira. That's what I would do.
Instead of Xhaka then. Then you take out Xhaka then.
Yeah, but
sorry, play who?
yeah, the only problem with that is defensively he's going to be too weak, isn't he?
Who? Ozil or Ceballos? What are you guys talking about?
No, I'm saying with the current, what it looks like with the way Arteta is currently building his team, the way he starts his matches is he uses Ozil. It seems he's building the midfield around Ozil, and behind Ozil we'll have Xhaka and Torreira. Now I'm saying, if you're going to use Ceballos, where are you going to put him in that team? Are you going to take out Ozil then? Because you're not going to take out Xhaka or Torreira, is he?
It's a bit like saying that Ramsey and Ozil wouldn't have worked. Of course that would have worked. But the thing is,
it did work. How many collaborations did it do? It did work.
The only time it worked with
Ozil, Ramsey's work rate is more though, isn't it?
The only time it worked with Ozil
is Xhaka and Torreira.
One time, go.
The only time I noticed that when it really worked for Ozil, when he had Santi Cazorla with him, and then we were really on a real run at the time. I remember that.
Where was Santi playing? Where was Santi playing?
And then when Santi Cazorla got that injury, Ozil was never the same again. I just feel that he needs someone like that beside him.
Listen. I just want to say I totally agree. I don't think Ozil is the player he used to be. I'm not trying to defend Ozil in any way. I just want to say, to me, it looks very clear that Arteta, he wants Ozil around. He wants him in that role behind the forwards, and it doesn't look like he's gonna change him out soon.
You know what though? I'm sick of making. Do you know what? I'm honestly sick of making allowances for Ozil. The players around him are not good enough. Do you know what? I don't want to say like Lee Gunner. Honestly, I don't. But seriously, let's stop making excuses for Ozil now. You know, the guy's on 350 grand a week. 350 grand.
He shouldn't be playing it. For me, I wouldn't play him. If I was a manager, I wouldn't play Ozil.
Yeah, you got to bear in mind, obviously, Ozil is a different type of player from De Bruyne. Yeah, De Bruyne is a guy that will grab the game by the scruff of the neck and make stuff happen. Ozil ain't that type of guy. He needs to be playing with other players to give him that confidence to be able to do what he does best. Like, that's how he is. Like, when he had Cazorla, that's what he done. Where was Cazorla playing when he was playing with Ozil? He wasn't playing as attacking midfielder. He was playing alongside the defensive midfielder, weren't he? That's what we're lacking now. Xhaka and Torreira, they both sit back. Do nothing. There is no creativity from that part of the field. They're not helping Ozil. They're not helping anyone else up there. So it makes
Wax, I agree with you. I do agree with you in that aspect. And I do agree that Ozil's a bit of a luxury player. Even in his days at Madrid, he's only as good as the players he has around him to get the best out of him. Even when he plays for Germany, he had. If you think of that Germany squad, it was ridiculous. But then they kept playing him. They must have been playing him for a reason. They must have thought he had this ability. He has got the vision. I do agree that you can have like the Santi type player, but I don't agree. I'm not sure if Ceballos is that guy. At least Santi had a bit more about him. He can get around the field. He puts a tackle in. He could dribble. He had a bit more about him. It's early days to say because we haven't really seen much of Ceballos. But I do understand what you're saying. We do need that sort of midfielder that can dictate the tempo, keep the ball, and take the pressure off you in that way, rather than through defending and getting stuck in all the time. But
you have to remember,
Tobias just looked a bit weak for me.
Yeah, we're starting most of our play through David Luiz. We've got no one that can actually start the play. We've got David Luiz that is trying to send the play through. Why is that? Because we've got no one in the center of the park that is doing anything. I mean that play, that transitional play from defense to attack should be coming from the defensive midfield type area. We need a box-to-box player that can play alongside the defensive midfielder, that can collaborate with Ozil, that can collaborate with the wings, as well as get back and defend. And that's what we're lacking. We don't have that in Xhaka. I mean, Xhaka does his job well, but Xhaka, obviously, he doesn't look up quick enough. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's not.
This was my point. This was my point in the earlier part of the show. Sorry, so I didn't mean to interrupt, lads, but I was saying earlier on that we do need another central type midfielder, because Xhaka, he is a bit slow at getting around. He's doing a lot better now, but he's more suited to European style football. He looked great in the World Cup, for example. He was one of the best players in the World Cup. If you give him time, he looks good. But in the Premiership, you need someone more mobile, and maybe having someone next to Torreira that can get box to box, but can get into linking with the play, might be the better option.
Yeah, 100%.
Just to add to that quickly, what I actually noticed is I think Arteta has also keyed into that inefficiency from Xhaka, and I think what he's got him to do now, he's got him to do a bit more of what Fernandinho was doing much more often for Man City, which is drifting more into like the defensive side, or drifting away from the central midfield to the left-hand side, where he's going to have that time and space. And this is one of the reasons why he's improved so far this season. If you watch him carefully, he's not just very static like when he was playing under Emery as a deep line midfielder or deep line DM. No, he's not doing that. He's now drifting. So many times I see him with the last man at the centre back, where he's going to have a much more time. And I think the advantage we have with Xhaka, if you look at the whole midfield, whether we like it or not, the whole midfield in Arsenal, he's the only one that's got a long pass in him, or a long through ball, or a long, that long cross. He's the only one that's got that. And sometimes you need that. You need that route one football to change the dynamics of the game if the tiki-taka is not working. And I think that's the ability he brings in.
You know what? Yeah. Let me tell you the problem with Arsenal. I'll tell you the problem with Arsenal. I'll sum it up in a nutshell very easily, yeah? A very successful team, Man City and Liverpool, all their players are interchanged, right? Arsenal players, because Emery coached everything out of them, Wenger's best teams, everyone used to interchange in midfield. The forwards used to interchange. People used to drop deep. Arsenal have not got that fluidity in their football anymore, right? So you've got players which are set in their positions, right? And that's Arsenal's problem, because there's no fluidity in their play. It's very structured and very rigid, right?
Yeah, but that goes back to what Claude was saying, now, isn't it? That goes back exactly to what Claude was saying. The problem is down to the recruitment. As soon as we sacked, as soon as we lied to Miss Lantert, as soon as they lied to him, because when Miss Lantert came from Germany, they promised him he was going to be in charge of recruitment. In other words, he's going to be determining the kind of players. He's going to be doing the scouting. He's going to, make that determination. And they took away from him, and that's why he got angry and resigned. Now we have a player that brought one of the best players in the world to Dortmund, and then you come and slide him like that. And I think that's because Gazidis made a deal with him, and then when he came in, Gazidis left. So it's now down to the recruitment, and that's the root problem.
We'll come on to recruitment. Then we'll come on to recruitment. Let's just read Zaki Hassan's point. He said, guys, is there a risk that Arteta will run the players get the players totally knackered because of their high press energy? The season's nearly finished. We're halfway through the season. Of course we've got. Let them bloody earn their money. Let them earn their money. Right, let's go to recruitment. Claude, I think you're the best person to start with this, mate.
On that point, there is a fitness problem, and that's why he's running them higher. There is a big fitness problem with our players. As you notice, we can't play for 90 minutes at the moment still. So it's every right to run these players into the ground because they're not fit.
Let's go to the recruitment team, yeah? Arsenal fan base are celebrating our recruitment team like their players, right? They're honestly celebrating they're celebrating like their Father Christmas, who've just climbed down your chimney and you gave you a PlayStation, right? Real is not Father Christmas, right? Claude, sum up Arsenal recruitment since when Emery took over. So since last summer. Well, not so much on the one before. I think it's been shit. Rate it, please, for me.
Yeah, it's 2 out of 10 if you have to rate it. It's poor, it's terrible, it's awful. I'm just saying we're not recruiting the right people that do this job. I don't know where they get. This guy was at Barcelona. Why do you think he's not at Barcelona? Think about it.
I reckon he probably took a bun somewhere and I got pissed off with him. He's gone. In my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Why is he here? Because he's not. If he was that good, he'd be still at Barcelona, wouldn't he?
So you'd give the recruitment team 2 out of 10, right? Basically, the recruitment in the summer was shit. Let's face it, right? And everyone got gassed to the Pepe. The Pepe's been shit itself, right? Let's not go easy on Pepe. £72 million. He's playing like he's got 2 left. He's playing like he's got his boots on the wrong way around half the time. Sam, what do you rate recruitment policy? And is Raul the person to get Arsenal back to where they need to be?
I think the recruitment's been poor in general for a long time before Raul, and definitely with Raul. He's done some things that are like a step in the right direction, but not the long strides we need to take. We're still lacking. We didn't bring in a proper centre back. We went with David Luiz. We know all the stories. The recruitment, apart from exciting us a bit with the Pepe signing, which we got to agree, Pepe excited us all because when we saw the play he was at Lille, and he was one of the biggest names in the market in the summer. No one dreamed that we would get him. We all thought we were struggling to bid for Zaha, and all of a sudden we got Pepe. I know it's through that structured deal, etc. That was one of the reasons why we were able to get him. We still managed to pull him, and all the other major clubs were out for him apparently. So that I think that was a transfer coup for us, to be honest. But that wasn't enough. There were so many other areas we needed to really improve that we really didn't. And yeah, the recruitment's been poor. And to be honest, I don't think Raul is the right person. I agree with what Claude was saying earlier. I think he relies too much on networking with agents and stuff, using agents and trying to get the best deals behind the scenes instead of looking at who we actually need. If we look at the interviews with Emery after his departure, saying that there were players he wanted that he asked for that he just basically didn't get. He got someone completely different instead. And again, I don't want to drag up that whole. I completely disagree with this whole head coach, director of football approach and everything. I don't want to drag up that discussion again. But to me, it's all wrong. Where you got the guy who's supposed to be managing the players and who's supposed to know what's best for his squad tactically, everything. And he said, "I would like this player. I think this is the player we need." And then Raul says, "Okay, well, you're going to have this guy instead. Now use him." To me, it's just all wrong. It's all going the wrong direction. So we need to completely shake it up. We need someone new. We need to move forward with a new board. We need to remove the whole board and get someone else in new. And we're just not going in the right direction. That's my basic opinion.
We're going to finish up soon, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to judge the recruitment policy at the end of January, which is coming soon, right? I just want to draw everyone's attention to another show I want to do, right? A lot of you are probably too young to remember Jack and Ori, right? Jack and Ori used to be a story on children's BBC, right? Every day they'll read a story to you when you go home from school, right? This is what I want to do on this channel. One day a week, I want to have Jack Ilshanori, right? Is what I'm calling it, right? But I need your help. I want you lot to email me, right? Your stories or experiences, right? At Arsenal, or anything funny in general, right? And what I'll do, I'm going to do a whole show, me sitting by the fireplace with a cardigan on, like in the old days, with a dog at my feet and a hot chocolate, reading out your stories. And just to give you an example, right, of how I want it to go, I'm going to have to bleep mine out because mine swears a lot, right? But I wrote mine the other day, yesterday, when I thought of this at 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep, right? This is mine, right? And I want all you lot to email me in, right? And I'm gonna put the email in the link in the description on the channel, right? So this is mine, and I want everyone in the podcast to rate it for me as well, right? Mine goes, right? Part one from my book, and this is what I'm also going to do. When you all send me in your stories, I'm gonna put it into a book, and I'm gonna try and get it published. And if you can't get it published, I'm gonna publish it yourself, right? So it's gonna be famous, right? Part one from my book, the Arsenal fan base. Our fans are special, is what I've called it, right? There is no better feeling than when Arsenal score and you jump and hug your fellow fans standing around you. For 30 seconds, we are all brothers and sisters sharing magical moments, lost in ecstasy. Part two, another Mustafi era and its level. This prick, the prick next to me is frothing at the mouth, swearing and talking shit. The person in front of me is taking selfies. Just fuck off. Another is filming the game on his phone. It's going to be your match of debut, CUNT. Right. 10 minutes ago, some of the fans are leaving. I look at disgust towards them. I'm raging. Support your effing team. Till the end, you shout out. I'm hoping that the trains are cancelled, or they're treading horseshit as they're leaving the ground for leaving early. The game was finished. Feeling gutted, angry, hurt, skint. Thinking to myself, why am I putting my son through this when I should have bought him a pair of trainers instead of the £200 I just spent? Pigeon steps out of the ground to the car, listen to the fan cams on the way home. I'm home, still haven't calmed down. No one speaks to me. I'm emotionally drained. Where's my effing tea? I pick up my phone to check Twitter. FVAR, I think to myself. Then I click on a tweet. Cronky out. No. Then I click on a tweet. Cronky isn't a problem. I need a new phone. Mine has just bounced off the wall. Work Monday. F you Spurs CUNCs. I've got the sack. F my boss. Shit job anyway. Can't work for them knuckle draggers. New phone arrives. Another game Thursday night. Piss off Josh and Stan. That's my story. Right. So that's the sort of story that I want you to write and email me. Right. So think of the experience of a game in the pub, whatever. Say you've done funny. Don't have as much food as I've had because obviously I can't read about it on the channel, right? But what I want to do, like I said, is you send me your little stories or something, right? And I'm going to read all your stories out, right? I've had one from another fan, right? Which I'm going to read out quickly, just to give you another. It's very short, so it won't take long. Let me just read this out quickly if I can find it. And like everything, as soon as you try and find something, you can't bloody find it. It's great, isn't it? And I actually promised him I was going to read it out today. Right, here we go. I've got it. This is from Max. Max J. I appreciate you taking the time of doing this. What he says on his short story is, I started to see Thierry Henry and the way he was floating around the ground with the ball glued to his feet. It was magical. I read this about him. Eventually got to know about Arsenal. I watched the old matches when they were invincible. The fluid football we played instantly took my breath away. I was in love with the club from there on. I love the Gunners due to the legacy and history of the club. Arsenal have never been relegated, even while playing in the top flight, and I take pride in that. That's from Max J. So basically, everyone's got a different take on what their short stories would be. So I'm going to put my address on in a minute, which is going to come on screen, and I invite all of my podcast guests to write me their short story as well. And if you don't, I'll take that as a personal insult. So please get them in, right? Right. So while I'm doing that, you boys talk about whatever you want to talk about, and I'll write this. Go on, Claude.
Claude, go for it.
Sorry, my internet tonight is really bad. My Wi-Fi is bad, so everyone's cutting out. Sorry, go again.
No, I was going to say while I'm putting up my email on the screen. Just talk about whatever you don't want to talk about. Is there anything relevant that any of you on the podcast want to talk about quickly?
I got something I want to ask.
Go on, Sam.
Did you guys see the news today about there's fans going to start Dial Square FC?
Dial Square FC?
Yeah, start a new football club for real Arsenal fans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
No, apparently they want to break away and create their own club, owned by the fans. You know, like FC United and Wimbledon,
like
AFC, and all that. Yeah, and all that. You know, and apparently we're gonna base it on the original 1886 team, and we're gonna wear that purple burgundy colour and white socks or something like that. So apparently they're gonna register them. We're gonna start in the lowest tier. And apparently there's something going with it. I don't know, but I was just reading about it today. Don't know if you guys picked it up.
Don't know if I would. I mean, I can understand why the Wimbledon fans did it. I mean, like they've moved Wimbledon all the way up to Milton Keynes. That was a bit of a joke, but I don't know how you could do that with us. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to go back and start where? Play where? Hackney Marshes?
I'm not quite sure exactly. I think they was actually talking about. I think what I read was they was actually basing the team in the Woolwich area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man Jay, you can slag me off, but I'll block you from the channel. But slag me off on Twitter, and I'll come back to you. Dial Square FC. I can't see that going forward, but if it does, get your fan cam out. You could be the first person to do a fan channel on now, and it'd be another game for
Yeah.
Right. But we've come to the end of the podcast. Guys, please do me a favour. Hit the like button, please, if that's all right with yourselves. And also, can you share it on all your platforms, because we want to get to that 3,000 barrier on Twitter, because I've been stuck on Twitter for ages. It's really annoying me. It's just pissing me off now, honestly. Right. So do me a favour, if you're on Twitter, once I post the podcast, if you will do me a favour, just please retweet it if you can, and let's get this channel to grow. And also, as well, you can see my Twitter handle going down the bottom of the screen. Anyone who wants to come on a podcast, please send me a message on Twitter, and I'll get you on the podcast as well. Right, I just want to say thank you everyone, channel. Hit the like button. I want to also thank my guests, Guna Claw TV. Go and give them a follow. Anything to say before you go, Claw?
Yeah, sorry about my Wi-Fi is terrible tonight. Sorry about all the interruptions and everything like that. But it's great to see some new people I've not met before, and they've really put some great points across tonight. Well done, boys. Well done. Thanks.
And hopefully, Claude will invite me on his channel pretty soon, because I will let him get a word in edgeways, because it's his channel next time, man. Go and follow Claude on Claude TV. He's doing some really good podcasts at the moment, and because Claude's been around for a long time, and he knows a lot of people. He gets to invite people on who basically don't know me from Adam, or they've got no respect for me, and they don't want to come on mine. Hopefully all you boys will come on my podcast soon. Yeah. There's a fee.
That'll be fun. Definitely.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, there's a brokerage fee for that. There's a brokerage fee for that.
An agent fee. Yeah.
Also, I want to say thanks very much to Addy, Taddy, for coming on.
Hey, you can screw my name up all you want.
You know what? It's because I've got Addy on as well. He's just as good looking as you.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Really.
Addy, hopefully you come on the channel more often as well. We would appreciate to have you on.
Oh yeah, I'm happy to. As long as I have time, I'm always gonna join in. I mean, you only just told me what today, so yeah, I'm always gonna join in if I have time.
I've actually continued for the last 6 months. We've only bothered to take no notes.
And one more thing, guys, just before I go. So I've started this. It's called Bands at the Barbers. Because I live in Ipswich, by the way. In case you don't know, I don't live in London, like most of you guys do. So I've started a show called Bands at the Barbers. It's not just strictly football. but we've done 2 episodes now. One was football, and the other one was basically why do people lie? That was the topic. So it's a mixture of everything. But I've got some good lads here where I cut my hair, and it's something I want to promote. So I'm getting few people to, help me promote it here and there. So yeah.
I thought you were promoting the barbers.
No. It's just the banter, the barbers.
Well, if you want banter, let me cut your hair.
No, I don't want that.
What's that on your channel? Is it?
No, it's not on my channel. It's a new channel I created. I've only got like 73 subscribers. I only just created it like last month, and I've only done 2 episodes. So it's little by little. If I get it out there, it gets more publicity. And I've got a few people coming into the barbershop. Whoever is in the barbershop is open to join in. Really, it's all banter. It's all for entertainment. So don't get too serious and stuff.
Right, basically, if you want to follow Desmond's in Ipswich,
who's Desmond?
Desmond was a show. Is a Jamaican guy
with pork pie.
Jamaican guy with pork pie. The African guy in Peckham. He had a barbershop. So you're the Desmonds of Ipswich.
Probably not.
Chadwick Buffett just said needs to read that. Claude, the suitcase is gone. Anything good in it, mate? He's got rid of the body finally.
There was suspect packets in there, so I got rid of it.
Taddy, just before we go, shout out your current channel, bro, and where people can find you.
Oh yeah, so you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. It's Tade and my surname Osho. Those Tade Osho. I should have written that down, to be honest. I don't know how to change this, but it's Tade Osho. I mean, when next I come, I will promote him.
Sam Greenwood, thanks for coming on, bruv. Where can people find you?
I don't really have like a YouTube channel or anything like that. I'm just on Twitter at Sam Greenwood 1980. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure as always. Nice to meet you guys. Chat to you guys. Always fun. Have a great evening, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's always great having you. My bro Lev, I think you're brilliant tonight. You're first time man. I think your debut, I'll give you 10 out of 10, bro.
Oh, thanks. I was a virgin, so thanks for taking it easy with me. But it was a pleasure to have a chat with you boys. Some of you already know, obviously. And Taddy, I can't remember the last time I've heard some banter in a barber's. So, mate, I'll have a little watches at that. But
we can give you a wig, okay?
I'll tell you what. I'll come on the next show with a wig, 100%. I'm on Twitter at Lavanja. I'm always up for having a chat about anything. Always up for a bit of banter, a bit of a laugh.
Hopefully, be a regular. Hopefully, be a regular.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, mate, I'll be more than happy to do that and have a chat about football. I mean, I love it. I love the game anyway. So, pleasure pleasure being on here, and thanks for having me.
I just want to talk about black barbers for a minute before I come to Wacky. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't know if any of you lot have noticed, right? If you go into a black barber shop at 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll come out at 9 o'clock at night, yeah? Right?
What's that supposed to mean?
Listen, I haven't got much hair, so sometimes I'll go to what's name? I'll go to black barbers because if you want a decent fade done, go to black barbers. They'll give you a spot on fade, right? Mm. But you need to be your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner with you as well. But because for some reason they talk about everything else instead of when you cut your hair. You're sitting there in a chair if you're lucky to get that far, and you're just sitting there thinking, bro, please.
You know what? You need to see the faces of some of the guys when I'm having a banter with the barbers. They're literally angry, but they can't say it because he's literally talking and he's supposed to be cutting their hair. Dude, cut my fucking hair, man.
You know what? If I always got my hair cut in a black barber glove, right, and if I was a black guy, I'd have the biggest afro going because I couldn't be bothered, honestly. Wax. Go and follow Wax on his channel, right? Because me and Wax are going to do a lot of things soon.
Man.
We're going to do a lot of content together. So there's going to be some really good things coming. So go support Wax. If you're supporting me, go support Wax as well as all the other boys on here. Wax, shout out your channel, bro.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter. Wacky D Online is there on the screen right now. So follow me.
Go on, Wax. Sorry, what was that, Wax?
What happened there? What muted or what?
No, have you? No, shouldn't do.
That's Sully Wax. He's doing that on purpose.
I've only done that to Arsenal Vlogs because whenever I read the comments, Arsenal Vlogs keep saying, "Can you shout me out?" Arsenal Vlogs, I've now shouted you out, right?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, you can find me on Twitter, find me on YouTube, at WackyD Online. It's there on the screen, guys. So you can go and follow me.
Oh, Taddy, you've got to get Wax on there as well. You can have Wax at the bar.
Yeah, as long as you can travel to Ipswich, no problem. I'll give you free food.
Sonny, why don't you get the Arsenal vlogs on? You should get him on one night.
He was on the other day. He's talking Milton Keynes.
Oh, right.
But he's a nice guy, though.
Is he not?
Huh? What?
He's Italian. He's an Italian guy. He's a supports Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. He's not Milton.
Mate, he supports Milton Keynes and Arsenal. He's a really nice guy. He's a really nice bloke, actually. You know what? And one thing for sure, you never upset the Italians, mate. You don't know who their families are. Right? Yeah, they'll either kill you or I'll give you a load of ice cream. It's one or the other.
No comment.
That's us gone. Guys, please do me a favour. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get this channel out there. Also, if you want to come on the podcast, come on the podcast.
Sorry, Sonny. Before you go, yeah, can you also, you know, Daniel, the blind guy. He's got his own channel there.
Yeah.
Can you put that up as well, because I'd like to see him get a few.
Yeah. Also, please, if you can do, go and support Daniel. Daniel is the guy who came on our podcast the other day. He's a blind guy on AFTV. Good guy, controversial guy, funny guy. Yeah, he's just got his new dog, so he'll be down Emmett soon. And that guy comes all the way from Exeter to go to football matches, and he's blind. So please show me support. Wow. He's just started a new YouTube channel called The Blind Gooner. So go and follow him. I think that's him, and not another blind Arsenal fan starting a YouTube channel. No, go follow The Blind Gooner. Really nice guy. Go and show me support. And hopefully, Daniel, when you get to 100,000 subscribers, you can shout out my channel too. But that's us. So basically, FA Cup on Monday. We might do a watch along, and we'll also do a reaction after the game. If you want to come on, just hit me up. But just want to thanks all you guys for watching and for taking part as well. We're gone.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. See ya.